Have you noticed that the British are out? Out of the EU? Do you think that's good or bad? Do you understand the British? One person who can help us here is David. Thank you very much for sending me your presentation that you call Brexit, Understanding the British Perspective. David is half British and shares his own personal perspective and story. This is what I like very much, the personal story. It is always the strongest form of communication, especially if it is exemplary for the topic. Like David sharing why his countrymen are so divided about Brexit. A big thumbs up, David. Really cool. Now let's see if we can tweak how he delivers his talk. I like his very clear and simple structure with just 3 points. Not 5, not 6, not 7, no, just 3. And one thing I love especially is a fantastic quote from Winston Churchill that so nicely illustrates the point. Quotes in general are powerful in presentations, but the one you will see soon is just superb. There is one big improvement area on this presentation, and that is the reduction of text on the slides. This will make your slides so much easier to digest, and it avoids that your audience reads while you are talking. Slides should support you in what you say, but they should not replace you. So, how can we go about it? Let's look at slide number 1 and 2. You can use slide number 2 as a speaker text for your slide number 1. As you show slide number 1, you elaborate on the topic you have on slide number 2. This way the intention is entirely with you. Nobody reads. Now, on slide number 2, David also tells a bit of his personal story. If you have a nice picture of yourself with some UK scenery in this case, you could use this as your slide number 2 and tell your story with this picture. Enriching personal stories with pictures is always great. One important tip, don't use a picture like this. This is how most people do it. But do it like this. Show it full screen and then tell your story. It is much more powerful than just placing the picture randomly on your slide. Looking at slide number 3, where David shares the agenda. Also here, I would just mention the agenda with your slide number 1, or in case you use a picture with slide number 2. You could say, okay, today it's about 3 points. How Eurosceptic is Britain, why are they struggling, and will they be able to reach an agreement? And then, as you end your introduction, you say, okay, now we get directly to point number 1. Introduction to the British Euroscepticism. People will be fully with you, they won't read. Now, based on this example, you can optimize all the other slides on this presentation that have lots of text. Let's have a look at slide number 10 here. And let me explain something that I call slide harmony. On this slide, David explains a critical aspect of his presentation. Why Britain is so divided. How can we get this crucial point at a glance? David uses 2 powerful pictures here to illustrate the point, but the colors, they don't match. So the yellowish here is supposed to link to this one here, but people don't get it quickly. And also you see the picture, they have this blue and this kind of yellowish background here. Doesn't look so nice. If you don't have a transparent background, then you may color your slide background in this bluish color, like this. And all of a sudden you see, wow, it doesn't look anymore like a picture like it's here, but it looks like it's intended to be like this. Divided nation also with the colors. But still, the yellowish color cannot be found here. The good thing is you have the numbers here. And if you have numbers on a chart which you found on the internet, I would always recommend to recreate the chart in Excel or PowerPoint. And then it looks like this. So much easier. I see the yellowish correlates to this one, and this way it's even better. It makes it so easy for your audience. And the slide harmony, that's what the audience loves. Let me close with the quote from Winston Churchill. Every time we have to decide between Europe and the open sea, it is always the open sea we shall choose. Wow, this is powerful. I love Churchill, I love his quotes. There's some truth to it, but also kind of British humor. Now the quote would be even more powerful if you show a picture of Churchill and have the quote next to it. And then on this picture, as you show this picture, you mention all the rest of your text here that might be important to explain. This is so much more engaging. So remember, every time we have to decide between text and the open source picture, it is always the open source picture we shall choose. That's it for today. If you find these tips useful, just click on subscribe. And if you want help with your presentation, send it to me and we will have a look at it. See you and bye bye.